You've probably been told that blurry vision, tired eyes, or those halos around lights are just part of getting older. But what if that's only part of the story? Because today, more and more people are noticing changes in their vision much earlier than expected. Even in their 30s and 40s, eyes feeling dry by the afternoon, struggling to focus on screens, needing brighter light just to read clearly. It's becoming incredibly common, and honestly, a little confusing. The truth is, your eyes are working harder than ever before. Long hours on phones, late nights, daily stress, and even small gaps in your diet can quietly affect how your eyes feel and function over time. And most people don't even realize these everyday habits might be playing a role. But here's the interesting part. Science is starting to show that certain nutrients and simple, daily choices may help support your eye health in ways people often overlook. Have you noticed any of these changes yourself? Or maybe in someone close to you? You're not alone. Feel free to share your experience in the comments, because what we're about to explore next might completely change how you think about protecting your vision. And there's one factor most people never pay attention to. You might have noticed it yourself. Maybe your eyes feel more tired than they used to. Maybe text on your phone isn't as sharp, or driving at night feels just a little more uncomfortable. And the first thing most people hear is, "It's just aging." But what if that's only part of the story? Because today, more and more people are noticing these changes earlier than expected. It's not just something that starts later in life anymore. Even people in their 30s and 40s are beginning to feel it. And that raises an important question. What else could be influencing your vision? Take a moment and think about your daily routine. Screens are everywhere. Phones, laptops, TVs, often for hours without real breaks. Sleep can be inconsistent. Meals are rushed, and stress quietly builds in the background. None of these seem directly connected to your eyes at first, but over time, they may start to have an impact. That's why the conversation around eye health is changing. It's no longer just about age, it's about lifestyle. Health discussions today are increasingly focused on how everyday habits may influence long-term well-being, including how your eyes feel and function. Not in a dramatic or alarming way, but in a way that helps people become more aware of what's happening in their own bodies. One concept that often comes up is oxidative stress. Now, that might sound technical, but it's actually a simple idea. As your body goes through daily processes, like exposure to sunlight, environmental pollution, or even normal metabolism, it produces unstable molecules, sometimes called free radicals. Over time, if the body's natural defenses don't keep up, this imbalance may put stress on different tissues, including those in your eyes. It doesn't mean immediate damage, and it's not something you'll feel overnight. But gradually, it may influence how your eyes respond to strain, light, and fatigue. That's where antioxidants come into the conversation. These are naturally occurring compounds found in many foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. And they're being studied for how they may support the body's ability to manage everyday stress. It's not about one superfood, it's about patterns over time. And that leads us to something many people overlook: nutrition. Your eyes rely on a range of nutrients to function normally. For example, zinc plays a role in transporting vitamin A, which is important for vision. Vitamin E is often discussed in relation to protecting cells from everyday stress. And yet, modern diets don't always provide these nutrients consistently. It's not because people don't care, it's because life gets busy, meals become quick and repetitive, processed foods become convenient, and slowly, small gaps in nutrition can develop without being obvious. You might not notice anything at first, but over time, your body can start to reflect those patterns. Sometimes the signs are subtle. Maybe your eyes feel more strained by the end of the day. Maybe focusing takes a little more effort. Or maybe there's a sense of dryness that wasn't there before. These experiences are becoming more common, especially among people who spend long hours in front of screens. And there's a reason for that. When you're focused on a screen, your blink rate naturally decreases. You blink less often, which means the surface of your eyes may not stay as well lubricated. Over time, that can lead to dryness, irritation, or that gritty feeling many people describe. Combine that with air-conditioned environments, long work hours, and limited time outdoors, and it starts to make sense why so many people feel discomfort in their eyes by evening. There's also growing awareness around dietary fats, particularly omega-3s, and how they fit into overall wellness discussions. These are found in foods like flax seeds, chia seeds, and hemp seeds, and while they're not a solution on their own, they're often included as part of a balanced diet. Again, it's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about understanding how small choices may contribute over time. And then there's another part of your eye that plays a key role in how clearly you see the world, especially when it comes to reading or recognizing faces. It's called the macula. You don't need to remember the name, but you've definitely experienced what it does. It helps you focus on fine details, like reading a message, recognizing someone across the room, or seeing clearly in low light. As people age, this area naturally changes, which is why some notice they need more light to read, or hold things a bit farther away. Researchers have looked at certain compounds, like lutein and zeaxanthin, which are found in foods such as leafy greens and some seeds, and these are often discussed in relation to supporting normal visual function, not as a guarantee, but as part of a bigger picture. And this is where things get even more interesting. It's not just about what you eat. It's also about how your body absorbs it. Some nutrients are fat-soluble, meaning they're better absorbed when eaten with healthy fats. Others may become more available, depending on how foods are prepared. This doesn't mean you need complicated routines, but it does highlight how small, practical adjustments can make everyday meals more effective. For example, pairing certain foods together, choosing fresh over overly processed options, or being mindful of balance rather than extremes. These aren't major changes, but they can make a difference over time, because often health isn't shaped by big, one-time decisions. It's shaped by consistent, everyday habits. And when it comes to your eyes, those habits go beyond nutrition. Things like staying hydrated, taking short breaks from screens, getting natural light during the day, and allowing your eyes moments of rest. These may seem simple, but they align with how your body is designed to function. There's even a simple habit many people are becoming more aware of, taking a break every 20 minutes to look at something in the distance for a few seconds. It's a small reset, but it gives your eyes a chance to relax from constant close focus. And in a world where screens are part of daily life, that kind of reset matters more than ever. The important thing to remember is this: there's no single shortcut when it comes to supporting your health. No one food, no one habit, no quick fix, but there is a pattern of awareness, of small, consistent choices, of understanding how your lifestyle connects with how your body responds over time. And once you start to see that connection, things begin to shift. You become more mindful of your habits, more aware of how your body feels, and more intentional about the choices you make each day. Not perfectly, but consistently. So if any of this sounds familiar, if you've noticed even small changes in your vision or eye comfort, you're definitely not alone. These are experiences many people are having today, often without realizing how common they've become. If you've noticed something similar, feel free to share your experience. Your story might help someone else understand their own a little better. And if you found this helpful, you can support the video by liking it or sharing it with someone who might need to hear this. Because what we're going to explore next goes even deeper into how everyday habits, the ones we rarely think about, may be shaping not just your eye health, but your overall well-being in ways you might not expect.